Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. My name is Slaven. People call me Slav. I will be your host for today's edition of Sky Harbor Live. So hopefully we have sound and hopefully everything works because, you know, it's been a while, so I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. So it's a Friday afternoon. Well, it's Friday morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're starting to get some of our action of people traveling for business. We have a Southwest Airlines lining up. You know, the usual here at Sky Harbor. So the plane that we are going to be looking at the end of the runway is Southwest Flight 1885 that's going to be headed to Midway. And I'm not quite sure what is going to be coming in. So on this channel we do things a little bit differently. I'm not going to try and sell you Herbalife. I'm not going to try and sell you stuff. I just want you to come. You can watch some airplanes and that's it. We're here to hang out, watch planes, and enjoy the ambient sounds of aviation. So it looks like our Midway flight is moving. So let's see. I set up on the roof because I thought there would be cloud coverage, and the second I show up, the sun goes, "Hey, what's up, bro?" and just pops out of nowhere. And you guys know how much I dislike the sun at times. Supposed to get some rain tomorrow, that's what they're saying. So off to Midway they go. But the beautiful thing about the clouds is they kind of provide a diffuser for all of our videos. All of our video needs. As you can see, we're here above the Southwest gates. So I'm trying to figure out if everything works. So welcome everybody, welcome to Sky Harbor International Airport. Let's watch some airplanes take off. My name is Slaven, I'm usually the host on this. We are a community of plane spotters based in Phoenix, Arizona. We like aviation and we like to live stream. And looks like we have a landing incoming, so let's go take a look at that landing. So hopefully you guys are having a good week. It's Friday. For those of you that it's actually a Friday, you've made it to the end of another week. For those of you that work in hospitality or food, you got this. Your days off are coming up. And looks like over there we have the Houston Rockets Boeing 767, but so I've already committed to watching this take off. Let's see it take off. It's wild. It's such a big freaking machine flies in the air if you think about it, how heavy they are. But a little bit about Sky Harbor. We don't get as many wide bodies, but when we do, they usually end up being like freighters or charter flights. We're looking at a Houston Rockets Boeing 767 over there. Hey Tony, thank you for your donation, my friend. Helps keep the channel going. Hey Terry. Like I said, Sky Harbor is kind of like a, in a sense, like a intermediate airport. Like we're big, but we don't get that many large aircraft. Oh God. I am moving the cables, so hopefully nothing goes terribly wrong. Usually whenever I move the cable, it goes wrong. Oh, we're good. As you can see, there's our Southwest that landed. Man, this sun just came out of nowhere. Like, come on, man. I don't want the sun out. As you can see, we're overlooking the Southwest gates. Hopefully this plane goes this way. And right now we are just kind of chilling, waiting for everything to kind of go crazy here. Not sure how much traffic we're going to be getting, but as you can see, we have our little traffic bridge right here, where you can actually see the airplanes going over our terminal. So up next, that's going to be crossing. Looks like it's Airbus A319 that's going over the bridge. That's actually going to be headed to Grand Rapids, that little Airbus right there. Cool. And our Southwest plane is about to go into its gate. So let's watch this sequence as I put on a hat. What's up, Mr. Kev? How you doing, sir? So not quite sure what is going to be showing up today. We could potentially be seeing a Dreamliner departing very shortly. At 10:50 we will have a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, as this Southwest is taking forever to get inside of its gates. There he is. Thank you, New York City Aviation. And we have our planes taxiing. Kind of starting to pick up here. So up next we have a CRJ 900 that's operated by Mesa Airlines that's going to Sioux Falls, that's down there. So we can actually go take a look at the plane that's going to Sioux Falls. And United is slowly starting to make its way around. So United Airlines is actually going to be crossing the bridge any minute now. But for those of you, if it's your first time on the channel, my name is Slav. The actual name is Slavin. I'm an aviation nerd based in Phoenix, Arizona, and I gotta fix this tripod, which I screwed up. Oh no. 1 second, guys. Well, apparently my tripod was sitting in a hole. I didn't even realize it. So it's going to provide us with better coverage. Man, that was dangerous. I didn't even realize that. Cool, we had our Southwest Airlines land. So there's our Sioux Falls flight. Like I said, we're not perfect here, but we have fun. That's literally the most important thing about this stream. We want to have fun while streaming. That's what you got to do. So I think the Sioux Falls plane is finally starting to move. Little CRJs are sweet, man. Okie dokie. I believe the Dreamliner will be moving next, and you can actually see this Southwest Airlines is going to taxi through here like Evel Knievel, going full speed. Our Dreamliner is moving, and then we are going to have what looks like an American Airlines A321neo that's going to be headed to Orlando next. And looks like the Necessary Evil is finally moving too. We have the banana plane pushing out. That is what we call banana plane. Hey Tony, hopefully Colombia is nice, man. You guys aren't having any crazy weather or anything. So we have our Spirit Airlines pushing out. So I try my best to tell you where the planes are going, but if I don't, just enjoy the freaking show. That's what I tell people. There's one of me. Other people have other people to help them. For me, it's just little old me working. We have our Orlando flight lining up. It is an Airbus A321, and then it's going to be followed by what looks like a Southwest Airlines. And there's our Contour Embraer 145. So the Southwest will be going to San Diego, followed by our flight that's going to be headed to Grand Rapids. These Neos are really freaking nice planes. Just the engine size on them is crazy. Off to San Diego they go. Or is it San Diego? I forgot, I'm sorry. And we have our flights getting ready for Grand Rapids. Well, let's watch this Southwest depart. I think they're going to lift off early, something tells me. And our A319 from Grand Rapids is about to depart. I shouldn't be at an airport. I literally just keep like looking at all the randomness that's happening. I'm like, ooh, neat, shiny. Like a seagull. So welcome everybody, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you for tuning in. Okay, let's go take a look at the contour that's going to be lining up. It allows me a minute to double check everything on our stream. That A321 was headed to somewhere. I already forgot. Orlando. So we have our Contour Aviation that's going to be headed, Contour Air, that's going to be headed to Page. But looky, look what just popped up. That is our Chicago-bound Dreamliner. It's going to be making its way over. So we're at least going to get one big plane taking off. So if we're either live for an hour or live for a couple of hours, at least we'll get something nice coming through. So as we await our Contour Air to actually depart, there we go, they're moving. I'm still trying to figure out how they still, I think the government subsidizes their flights to Page, because I guess it's an essential air service or whatever it is. So, because Page is really, they just have the, whatever is left over of Lake Powell, and then they have like, I think it's Glen Canyon Dam. I'm not quite sure what the dam's name is. There we have our big Dreamliner. Big Dreamliner is just going through. Pretty sure this plane is headed to Denver. So wild how these cameras are helping us stream all over the world, which is pretty crazy. And we have our Spirit Airlines going right in front. Hey Robert, welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, my friend. So the Spirit Airlines is headed to Chicago, so is the Dreamliner. And then we have an American Airlines A320 that's going to be headed to Madison. that is going to be going next. As you can see, the traffic is starting to pick up here at Sky Harbor. And we have a Boeing 767 over there as well. So just watching them taxi. I am perched on top of a parking garage, New York City Aviation. Alrighty, our next departure looks like it's going to be an Embraer. The Embraer is headed to Boise. These things are cool. They look like little sparrows. But the thing about Sky Harbor, we really don't get that much large traffic. Like, we'll get the occasional Dreamliner A350, but what separates this airport from other people or other airports is we have beautiful views. And then we get a lot of military action, like you'll get like an occasional C-17, C-5. And on Tuesday, we're actually going to get the President of the United States probably flying in here. I hope he's flying in here because it makes for good photos. I got some photos of then President Trump's plane coming in. And it was a pretty nice, nice shot of Air Force One. And as you can see, it is starting to get active on the taxiways. So we're starting to get a lot of the American Airlines flights. They're going to actually be crossing this little bridge area, so it's one after the other. So typically around this time is when the American Airlines flights are all departing one after the other, which makes it a very, very fun time for us streamers. Super dusty. During the winter, we have this thing called the inversion layer. What is that? We have this inversion layer that comes in due to like pollution, and sometimes our air quality is just god awful. Looks like we have a FedEx 767. Watch, it's not even going to be FedEx, it's going to be somebody else. It's always good when you see a big plane coming in, because then you're like, what is that? Yeah, but as I was saying, during the winter we have this thing called the inversion layer, where the cold air traps the freaking warm air down there. So our air quality sometimes looks god awful here. So as you can see, all the planes are taxiing in, and we are going to get our Chicago-bound Spirit Airlines taken off.